to 2021. Congratulations. You did it. You made it through your entire life and then 2020. And here you are looking sparkly brand new in 2021, here with me, checking in for the week ahead. And I'm proud of you. Go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back, a brownie after work, piece of gum in the car, whatever, the smallest little congratulations that you can even give to yourself. And then feel free to go further from there. On a scale of a piece of gum in the car to Wolf of Wall Street, let's aim for somewhere in the middle. How are you guys feeling? How was the last of December 2020? You made it through that last Mars square Pluto. You made it through the entire year of Venus squaring Neptune. You made it through the entire epic super duper conjunction in Capricorn. Let's take a look at what's in front of us. Let's break this down bit by bit. And if you'd been doing that with all of the heavy Capricorn energy in 2020, got some good news for you, buddy. Let's just jump right into the President's Report. President's Report. So you guys, remember when I told you, I said it a couple of times, the download that I got about the world changing two more shifts in huge ways before the year was out. Remember that, right? So that turned out to be a personal download for me in my life. Whoops. So long story short, a lot of stuff happened, and now I get to be in this Edward Scissorhand humble abode. So that's great news for you guys, because it means I'm going to be live a lot more. It means I'm going to have so much, all of the great ideas that get like jammed in my factory, in the Natalee factory, are going to be able to just like roll out when they're supposed to, as I'm guided. And so there won't be so much of a stoppage. I guess I still do that thing with my elbow though. Anyway, yeah, and for my patrons, I'm so excited because we're gonna have meetings. I'm gonna have meetings for everyone on Patreon, everyone in that community. I'm gonna have meetings just for my high priestesses and hierophants. It's gonna be so much easier to work with you guys and log your journey, your psychic journey, and really for me to stay on top of your development and your psychic ability. I'm so excited. So that's my really happy news that I'm excited about, is that I'm being supported in serving you in divine timing as we're all guided. So Patreon, if you don't know, it's in the link below. Hop on, hop off, toggle up, toggle down. It's just like a spiritual resource for you, available to you whenever you're guided. Remember, it has to be authentically guided. This whole thing is like a huge psychic experiment that I'm really excited about, to make sure that you are like authentically guided, that you're going with your own flow. But I'm going to be here to help you do that for free on YouTube anyway, so don't worry too much about it. Anyway, so let's jump right into what's after this. The Astrology Report. The Astrology Report, you guys. So this is kind of an incredible week, the first real week of January. And yes, it is my birthday on Friday. Born January 8th, the same day as David Bowie, Stephen Hawking, and Elvis Presley. So that's actually going to be a really significant day astrologically. We have a few different motions. We have Mercury. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Let's scoot back to Monday. So when this video is coming out, we have something I'm really excited about. More Capricorn energy, right? So on Monday, the 4th of January, we have Mercury meeting Pluto in the sky in Capricorn in the 24th degree. This is the degree that we had this epic Saturn-Pluto conjunction in January 2020. This is also the same degree, the same energetic point that the new moon that we have next Tuesday, the 12th, is going to be at with Pluto, you guys. So what does that mean, Natalee? What does it mean? What does it mean? It means that you're integrating and you're thinking hard about everything that's changed irrevocably forever since January 2020. And you're able to not just, this is like a mental thing. This is a mental purge, a mental inventory. You're taking stock of a mental inventory of things that you've outgrown, things that have outused their purpose in your life. And you're also taking stock of the revolutionary new changes of the things that are moving into your energy field. The people, the situations, the opportunities, the letting go of certain things, the changings, the transformations of everything in this area of your life, especially if you're a Cap. If you're a Capricorn, this is your entire life. For everybody else, this is going to be a lot of energy really directed in one specific area of your life. Now, don't forget, you also have your ascendant, your rising sign, and you have your moon sign. So check for all three: Capricorn, sun, moon, rising, and then everybody else as well, because this day, when this aspect is conjunct with Mercury, everything's spinning all the time. Oh, I forgot to say that in the President's Report. I'm going to do a video on the precession of the equinoxes. And this is something that, it's a very long, when people ask me about it, I always have two responses. I have the long explanation, and then I have the short explanation. I 9 times out of 10 do the short explanation, which is just try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, it works. That's what I do. I don't incorporate anything into my life that doesn't work. It has to make sense. It has to work, not just work, but work really well, work according to my very high standards. So that's the short of it. The long answer is what I'm going to make the video about. And so anyway, so on Monday the 4th, when Mercury is like along and like is right there with Pluto. This is when you're going to be thinking and talking and asking yourself and really feeling it too. Feeling it, how do I put this? How do I explain how a mental body feels? I'm going to work on that. Maybe I'll do another video about it. Anyway, you're going to ask yourself and sort of okay, my whole thing about January is be honest. You're going to have to be honest with yourself about what is truly calling to you. And what, I don't know why I did that. I think I'm just like being goofy. And what feels like an obligation, because anything that feels like an obligation, anything that is heavy, that you feel like, I don't want to talk to this person, or I don't want to go do this thing, or I don't want to go to this job, that's not going to work anymore. You're going to be thinking about it Monday, throughout the rest of the week. And by the time the new moon hits on Tuesday, January 12th, time to let go. Anyway, so that's Monday. So expect, this could also be important conversations that you're having with people, and be very, guys, honestly, I align with love, truth, and integrity, and I don't go wrong. You can't possibly go wrong when you make that your goal. This is why I'm very like rah, the Arteagan. Here's the thing. This is a time, this whole year kind of, where you could sort of trip yourself up because of your own compulsive behavior. I'm going to talk more about that next Tuesday. Join me on the live on YouTube. Afterwards, I go to Patreon and I do a 12-sign breakdown. Oh, we're going to hang out, you guys. It's going to be so much fun. Okay, so it could also be important conversations. Now, here's the thing. If you don't do your shadow work, which is what we call it, if you don't really work through these things, your compulsive behavior is just going to jump out of you. Your shadows is going to jump out of you and make these mistakes in your life and compromise certain situations and relationships. And you're going to feel bad afterwards because it's not really your nature. It's not really who you are. It's just some toxic thing that you don't know what to do with, or you haven't like done the emotional work or the psychological work, whatever it is, and it's like ruining your little parts of your life for you, and it's frustrating, and you're like, God, but I can't change it. I'm not ready to let go of this yet. I know, I get it. I totally get it. I'm just warning you that, I don't even want to say it's a warning. This is just how the energies are coming down and hitting us in our own little personal electromagnetic fields. You know, coming from the earth and coming down from the cosmos and then meeting where we are. This is just the energy you're being given and what to do with. So everyone is responsible for their own energies. You're not in control of anything except you. And this is my whole thing. You're responsible for who you are. That's it. That's it. You have no control of anything else except for who you are. And you get to make that decision every moment of every single day. There's a lot of power in that. And when that toxic stuff comes out and people manipulate you into a strong reaction or trigger you into something, into being an ugly little cretin or something, they robbed you of who you are, of who you're really trying to be, who your soul is really trying to be, the little 4-year-old, 3-year-old version of you or even little baby, you know, if you're just freshly born. That's what I'm trying to help you get back to. Anyway, so there could be important conversations with important, powerful people, and you could sabotage your relating and your connecting to these people. Or if you are that person, you could really alienate one of your, I don't know, students, proteges, or classrooms, your audience, your, you know, if you have like some sort of influence or something, you could do some damage, and there could be damage to your reputation on either side. So I would just say to be mindful of your own behavior, your own thoughts, your own energies, because when this stuff comes up, you're not going to be able to change someone else's behavior through doing something, through your own behavior, or through what you say, change someone else's mind or change someone else's anything. It's just, what's that little spinning wheel, little hamster on the wheel? You're spinning your wheels. Okay, so Tuesday, January 5th. This is cool. This is really cool. So there's a big burst of energy on Tuesday the 5th, and this is because Venus is in Sagittarius. She's going to go ahead and hit that galactic center at 27 degrees Sagittarius. I have my Venus there. So this is when you have an expansion of consciousness in relation to what feels good to you, what you love, how you accept love, how you give love, how you attract what you want in your life. And whether you feel like you deserve it, whether you feel like you can do this, whether you feel like you can receive it. There's going to be this is like the galactic center, for those of you who don't know, it's like the center of the universe. It's like this big, so it's pretty cool. So there's this big burst of energy, and I feel like this is going to be incoming and outgoing of what's honest, because Sagittarius really is like honesty. It really is it's a little judgy, but it's really honest. It's about the truth. It's about a personal philosophy. So your personal philosophy of love and what it feels like and what it looks like and what it sounds like, what it tastes like, that's going to get a huge expansion. Okay, so that's cool. There's also the moon in Libra. This is more like earlier in the morning, early afternoon, is going to trine Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius. That's nice. This is a lot of air energy this year. It's really, really cool. It's going to be, you know, last year was kind of hard for the people that are more cerebral because it was all like that earth energy. And this year, even though it's going to be more mental energy, it's not going to be like nice little present mental energy. Some of it's going to be kind of like, how well can you adapt? How well can you adjust? And how open can you push your mind up? Ooh. So that's on Tuesday, but with the moon in Libra, it's very diplomatic. There's a lot of love that day, I feel like. I mean, that's going to be, there could be something developing for the long term. There's so much support with Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius. I'll do a whole separate thing on that later. On Wednesday, I'm just trying to get to this first big, amazing week in 2021. On Wednesday, the 6th of January, there's the last quarter moon. So we're still in eclipse season until we get to the 12th of January on Tuesday. So it's still very faded, still very like, oh my gosh, big pivots happening here. So on Wednesday, there's the last quarter moon. That's also when Mars enters Taurus. And what I'm going to say about this is to pace yourself. There's going to be energy coming up where where you're just going to want to chuck it. You're going to want to chuck something out the window. And it's a great energy for taking a risk that you had already been doing calculations on. And then this is like where you pull the trigger and you go. You hit the green button and you go. If things are happening that's totally out of the blue, for instance, in 2020, oh my gosh, yeah, that's right, it was early 2020, I was going to get an RV and like just live in an RV and do that thing. And so I did a channeling and tarot spread on it and it all spelled disaster. And so I didn't do it. That's a moment that could have really, taken me in some crazy weird directions, or, I realigned and I got the right guidance. And so, here I am. Now I get to live, and now I get to be Edward Scissorhands up here. So pace yourself, because this Mars in Taurus is going to go on to square Aquarius, Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius. It's going to be like a big thing. And so this is why this year specifically, I am a little concerned for farming, for farmers. We have Uranus in Taurus. This is the same astrology that was around during the Great Depression, where it's like a stripping of resources. All of a sudden, there's not enough. And so it's like, well, 2021, how could that possibly be? 2020, how could that possibly be? How could these be? Well, look around. So astrologers that have been really looking at this for decades have known that for decades. They've already known that. But with Mars entering Taurus, pace yourself. Slow and steady wins the race. And this is very premeditated, very, very... There's probably going to be a new phase of a plan of yours or something that you've been wanting. Now, finally, Mars is out of Aries. So, the last 6 months of 2020 was hard, challenging. So, right, we can deal with this. So, Thursday's the day. Thursday's a hard day. Okay, so for the month of January, there's 2 fixed sign T-squares 2 weeks apart. The first one is this Thursday, January 7th, 2021, and it's between the moon, kicks it off in 5 degrees of Scorpio, opposing Uranus and Mars in Taurus. And both of them are getting T-squared by Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius, in the early degrees of Aquarius. What does it mean? I know. It means that pressure has been building and building and building and building and building and building. And this is when it just... That's how I can explain it best. This is... it's like break on through to the other side moment. This T-square energy. It's a lot of. It's like I don't know why I'm so lost for words right now. It's kind of that big. It's just really big. There's a lot of... Now look at your chart to see where this is happening in your life. Look at Scorpio. Look at Taurus. Look at Aquarius, because you're going to have to act. You're going to have to take action. You're going to have to make a decision. So if the pressure being built up this entire time, you haven't needed to act, you haven't needed to make a decision, you could just put it off. This is the moment where you have to get honest and act on what you know, and act on what is true and authentic and honest for you right now, after assessing since Monday the 4th how everything has changed since January 2020. I think I said that right. Friday. Happy birthday to me. This is cool because we have Venus going into Capricorn. Yeah, baby. And we also have Mercury entering Aquarius, which was my natural Mercury. I have my Mercury in Aquarius, so it's going to be, I'm excited. And let's see what else is going on. Okay, so a thing about Venus going into Capricorn. So this is actually where she's going to retrograde in December of this year in 2021. So she's everything she covers right now, she's going to cover again. It's going to be a whole thing in December of this year. So just like right now, and Monday the 4th is when we're like really honestly processing everything that we've had to flesh out, everything that's changed forever since January 2020. There's going to be like a little mini version of that with Venus in Capricorn in December of 2021, looking back from right now until then. So this is another one of those years that's going to be, just like change on top of change on top of change. So, but 2020 was kind of like the whack, so I mean we're kind of getting acclimated. Okay, let's keep going. So that's basically it. Now with these shifts are saying, also, I almost forgot Mercury. Mercury in Aquarius is actually going to be retrograding. So Mercury is not going to just be in Aquarius for a few weeks. Mercury is going to be in Aquarius until about March 5th 14th. Interesting. I'm excited for it. I'm excited. So I'm, as a natal Mercury in Aquarius, I'm not scared like one itty little teeny little itsy bitsy bit, not at all. That's a strong thing. When you look at things with that kind of attitude, you can see the solutions to your problems easier, quicker, better than you do when you are scared, discriminatory, negative, or any other angry, any other low vibration. So, but we already know that. Let's jump into the psychic report. Guys. Okay, so I wrote them down on a bunch of little papers, and they're all over the place, and some are even like, I don't know where they are. So I remember the first one, and I remember the most recent one. The first download is the star card, and it's healing. It's just healing, and it felt so good. It really felt so good. It's like these twinkling stars. It's like the stars are twinkling. That's what I saw. She showed me, that's the first thing she showed me, is twinkling stars, and they were falling down almost like lit sparklers that just can't hurt you, or if you're like a ghost and you're not afraid of it. And when they were coming down, when the stars were coming down, they're twinkling, they're coming down, that is when they form into the woman in the star card. And that, it was like this beautiful, poetic, healing, metaphor, analogy thing, where it was like, oh my God. She basically showed me the star card as like a scene, but like as like a feeling, as a scene and a feeling. Like I just saw it play out, and it was just really beautiful. So this is like really nice healing, and you know it when you feel it, and it works on you. Like everything that I talk about, like in the astrology report, that's only to inform your sense, your psychic ability, so that when you're feeling things and things are coming up, you can put a name to it, you can put a word to it, you can identify it, categorize it, and use that language, use the language of astrology in order to better understand yourself and your life and the people in it and the situations going on in it. That's all it is. It's just to empower and inform your own free will choices and free will decisions. So that's the first download. And then the most recent download, this came through last night, a lottery ticket. One of the numbers was 19, but there was a repetitive, there were numbers repeating. Like there was one number that was there twice, like 29 and 9. Or something like that, or 26 and 6, because one of them, at least it was something like that. Really weird. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into the tarot report. I'm really excited, you guys. I haven't even picked up any cards since the last Mars square Pluto. Let's see what comes out for you. Okay. Let's see what message wants to come through today for this week ahead. This feels so good. It feels amazing. Okay. I'm excited for my psychic experiments. 2 cards. Ooh. Oh, we have 3 cards. I'm going to show them all to you. We have the Knight of Cups, we have the 4 of Wands, and we have the 3 of Swords. Ouch. Tragic. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Okay. Whew. That's kind of a lot of energy. This looks like a disappointment. A disappointment in love, a disappointment in the heart space. So this doesn't have to be romantic. It could be the 4 of Wands. This could actually be a family disappointment. You could find out Swords, you could find out secrets, there could be harsh words, there could be insults, there could be criticisms. There's some rawness there because someone's trying to be really sweet and loving, wants to get the family together and sing Kumbaya, and then there's like, that's not happening. There's a disappointment. We're going to look into it. We're going to clarify We're going to clarify. Ooh, yeah, this is family. Six of Cups, this is a soul connection. This is a karmic connection. So you've done this dance before in different forms and different incarnations. You're playing out some karma. That's all. Oh, and there's a lot of cups here. There's already 3 cup cards on the table. The 8 of Cups. This is the Mercury Pluto. This is Monday. This is Monday. What is calling you towards it, and what feels like an obligation? If you look at the actual photo, the actual depiction, there are 8 beautiful cups. Perfectly good cups. He has his back turned. He's walking away. Why is he walking away? It's not fulfilling. It's not satisfaction. It's not, there's something greater. There's something greater. It's leaving something that's good, that it's you know, but the 8 of Cups is about being pulled towards a higher destiny. Interesting. Oh yeah. 2 of Wands. You're looking to build with someone. You're looking to, this could be that this is looking for partnership. You have a fantastic idea, or at least a vision, a creative vision, entrepreneurial vision, maybe vision for your family if that applies. And you're trying to make something work. You really are. So I'm just going to prep you to not be extremely disappointed, because listen, like I said before, you're not going to change anyone else's behavior by what you do and what you say. You can't just hijack someone else's decisions that way. Not to say that you're, oh, can I say that on YouTube? Sorry if I can. Wow. Sorry, I was thinking of something else. Can't just do that to people. So if someone is not behaving the way, okay, here's my thing. If I don't like something, I just leave. I go away. I just pull back. I pull my energy back. I'm always, you know, this is really clear with, you know, like certain, any relationships, any family relationships, friendships, whatever it is. I'm not going to stay and argue. I'm not going to get angry. I don't get angry. I just go away. And it's not in my desire to control anyone or anything. Trust me, I'm a Capricorn. I've already been through it. I've already learned how to surrender and let go. I just control myself, and everything else is like immaterial. Wherever I am, I'm here to serve. And so hopefully that helps you let go of the situation a little bit more, because you or whoever this is going to feel really disappointed. You're really disappointed. This could be someone that you had a soul contract with to do something with. Like, no, we're going to do this together. You and me, let's do it. Let's go. And one's lagging behind and not able to like meet you where you are, because someone here is on this big soul journey. And if it's you, you're not going to, oh my God, she just gave it to me. She just gave me Fredo from The Godfather. Ooh, that freaked me out. You're not going to slow yourself down. You're not going to regress. You're not going to go back for this person to catch up to you. This is like you saying, let's do this thing. Let's do it. Let's build. Let's create. Let's prosper. It's really positive, really good feeling here. But no, there's an obstacle. There's a disappointment. There's something that is really painful. There's a big no. There's a huge no. And I'm gonna clarify this. I'll start clarifying now. Oh yeah, there's bickering. This person, I'm not even getting that it's an enemy. I feel like this is someone you love. I feel like this is someone that just can't go with you where you're going. And You love the love. Let me put it. The love is there. The love is absolutely there. But just like I talked about earlier, I think in the astrology report, this person is it's like what the best you're gonna get out of this you've already gotten, and it's in the past. Beautiful memories. Even you could have known this person in childhood or going back to childhood. You could have known them for a very long time. From the neighborhood or whatever. All right, let's start clarifying. Let's use my little potato chip card. Like, I feel like the love is going to be there always, but to do whatever you're trying to do or whatever you're called to do, you need a different partner for. That's all. And when you do that, when you do let go and you release, trying to get something out of a relationship that the other person is not showing up for, I promise you, the person does show up. I promise you. 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 It never feels that way. It never looks like that. It never feels like, how am I going to replace this person? How am I going to find a person to do this with or do that with? I promise you. It's like the shells and the crab. Like, you outgrow a shell, you outgrow a person. You can only go so far with that person. I promise you, another person, another shell shows up and you grow with them. I promise you. We just don't ever want to let go because we're afraid of just not having. It's not the point. The love is still there with this person. I feel like they're like maybe bickering just to bicker or disagreeing just to disagree. This doesn't look, like I said, this is not of someone who's like a big enemy. It's just looking kind of immature, to be honest. It just looks really immature. All right, let's clarify. Let's take a look at the Three of Swords for this week ahead, the week of January 4th to the 11th. We have the King of Swords. Oh, wow. So you're going to be okay. You're actually going to be okay. This person could be extremely cutting with their words. Like, they could tear something apart. They could take your beautiful plan. Let's say you have a beautiful plan and they could actually rip it to shreds with their words and their criticisms. I mean, they could be really cruel, even almost mentally cruel. It could be you, that King of Swords, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. All right, hold on. She wants me to talk about The Godfather. She says I didn't really go into that like I was supposed to. Interesting. So you're like the Michael Corleone. You are able to imagine everyone's motives, and you can imagine everyone around you doing everything and anything from like the worst of the scale to the greatest scale. You can see every potential in every person. And when people, when people show you who they are, you believe them and you accept it. Like, you don't have like a cognitive dissonance problem where you want to believe certain things about certain people. You're a really good judge of character. Okay, so you have a Fredo. Someone in your life is a Fredo. I'm not quite sure if it's getting to the point where it's dangerous to your life, like in the movie, but you do have a Fredo and you are going to walk past them. You aren't going to, you're going to, stop expecting them to be another Michael. It's only one Michael. That was a lot. Let's take a look at the relationship with this person. This is a karmic connection you have with them. 2 cards already. 2 cards. We have the Hanged Man. Wow. Oh man, that's such a bummer. We have the Hanged Man and the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, they are just not ready to move forward on something really amazing and big with you. This Ace of Pentacles is a seed of something that can turn into something really big and strong and great and profitable and beautiful and lovely and warm and excellent and everything positive. But with the Hanged Man, they need to have a change in perspective, and they're holding it up, but they're only holding it up for themselves. And it's weird. Oh, wow. Okay, so you do have at the bottom of the deck, you do have Five of Wands. There's the bickering, maturity, Judgment, and Wheel of Fortune. So you and I talking about this, it looks really silly, and it's really easy to pass judgment on this. But try to understand this from their perspective and try to relate to this person when you were in a state of immaturity that you were not ready to move past. You were not ready to evolve out of that state of immaturity. That's where this person is. Because remember, on the Watch Natalee channel and the Arteagan, we would rather understand than judge, always. So this person, you love them to pieces, they love you very much, they're just not ready to have a change in perspective. And so so that's why they're gonna, whatever they say, whatever their argument is, it's like, it's just really immature. So that's all. Okay, let's take a look at the Eight of Cups. Ooh. We have strength, strength, the Seven of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. If you can see that. Strength, Seven of Swords, Four of Pentacles. That's weird. So it'll be hard. It'll be hard to leave this behind. This is messy. This is messy. It's almost like, it's showing up, if this is resonating with you, this is showing up as kind of an escape, where you kind of want to escape, maybe even the guilt is kind of what I'm getting for some of you, a guilt that's sort of like holding you very, very closely. She's just giving me, I knew it was you, Fredo. I knew it was you. She's just giving me the Godfather stuff. Now I want to watch it. Now I want to watch it. One of my favorite movies of all time. You might even, oh, this is so weird. Some of you, it's like a real escape where you're leaving like under a cloak at night. For some of you, where you're getting out of something. An immature situation. For some of you, not all of you, for some of you, this person could be kind of volatile in a weird way, where they're immature, but they're just really volatile, like volatile immaturity. And so you need to, like, this is a weird exit for you. You're going to like slink away. There might even be like a safe house or some sort of like, there might even be a place for you to kind of go to already. Let's take a look at this other partnership energy, the Two of Wands. Oh, wow. Very nice. That's the partner you want, the King of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. You're going to go with whoever's stable. You're going to go with, that's so funny. You're moving away from someone who's like, maybe really, really cutting with their words, but like super immature. And you're moving towards partnering with someone who's like the exact opposite. They're very thoughtful with their words, or they're very careful when they speak, and they're steady, they're secure, they're stable. They could even have their own little company or their own brand, their own, like, this is another person, like if this is business, this is totally someone that can bring a lot to the table that this other person is not bringing. This other person is only bringing criticisms and like negativity and like why things can't work or won't work, or That's only them self-sabotaging. It has nothing to do with your vision or your ideas or like anything. Your ideas for your family, your business, your home, your family, friend circle, whatever that is. So the good news is that there's someone there for you. There's someone that like can actually build, that you can actually build with. You're going to have to organize how you escape this situation though, because that's what it's looking like. It looks like maybe like a harsh conversation this week. Any day this week. That today is the Mercury Pluto. Tuesday looks like a lot of love. Wednesday, there could be a gift, but pace yourself. There could be a lot of amorous like energy. Thursday is the T-square where like it pops and everyone has to like choose their positions, like musical chairs. Everyone has to run and get their chair or whatever. Then Friday is my birthday. And Venus entering Capricorn and then Mercury entering. So there's a big shift by Saturday. By Saturday, everything's going to look really different energetically. You're going to be feeling everything really different. Everything's kind of gearing up for the new moon next Tuesday, which I'll be here live for. So this looks like this has probably been something that's been building for a while. The tension with this person, you having to like deal with this person's immaturity, you having to be more mature than this person every single time, waiting for them to grow up, waiting for them to change their perspective, the hanged man energy. There could be something right there in front of them that they are just going to nitpick and they're just going to criticize. They just can't change their mind. And like I said, you cannot change anyone's mind. Okay? Like, you just can't. You can't do it. Okay? So you're gonna be okay though. You're gonna move forward without that energy, and this other person's gonna show up. They're probably already there, to be honest. Like I said, this has probably just been building up. Okay, let's get your oracle. I feel like this person's going to hurt your feelings by like disappointing you and being so regressive and negative and disappointing. But remember, it's really just not about you. It's them and them. It's sad that they're just rejecting good things, but it's like, it's their karma. You're only responsible for what you do with your energy and where you take it, how you show up in your relationships and in your life. And if there's something you don't like, because remember, we teach people how to treat us. You do what I do and you go away. Just leave. Don't fight. Don't get angry. Don't argue. Just leave. Okay, let's get your oracle. What is the advice for this situation? This has probably been something that's been stressful for 2020. Yeah, it's probably been like a building up energy. Because 2021 is going to bring some a fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries energy. Ooh, that does look pretty fiery. It's just because of the laptop screen. You and your loved ones are safe. I'm so glad this one came up, because if this is a loved one, if this is a family member, they're going to be fine. You always have that connection to them. You need to let them grow in their own terrarium. They're in a 10-gallon tank and you're ready for like the 80, 90, 100-gallon tank. That's what this is. They're looking at that big 100-gallon tank and they're going, oh, that's too much space. That's too much space. I'm scared. So I'm going to criticize it and I'm going to put it down and I'm going to tear it all apart. And you're like, space. Let them be in the 10-gallon. Let them be in their comfort zone until they're ready to evolve. And then you will be right there. You'll still be there. You know? That's all I'm saying. So this is going to have a big dramatic, this is going to be a big dramatic thing. Okay, so for Christmas, I got these new cards, and they're not really supposed to be used like oracle cards, but I was immediately guided to use them as oracle cards. So we're going to do this for you. I'm going to do this for this deck. And this is like a meditation. This one that I'm shuffling now, it's really meditative. So let's see what guidance wants to come through as far as how to get through this. When your attention, you have journaling prompts. When your attention moves into the now, there is an alertness. It is as if you are waking up from a dream, the dream of thought, the dream of past and future. Such clarity, such simplicity. No room for problem making, just this moment as it is. I love that. I fumbled it, but I love it. No room for problem. Ooh. No room for problem making. Oops. Journaling prompts, 10 minutes. Journaling is a great tool for helping you to understand your mind better and release pent-up negative emotions. Starting today and for the last 4 days. Oh, there's a course. Okay, so that's it, journaling. When your attention moves into the now, there is an alertness. It's as if you're waking up from a dream. Oh, that is a prompt. That's one of your downloads, actually. One of your... Where did I write it down? I have a lot of paper, a lot of notebooks, a lot of pads of paper. Dang, I have to remember that. I'll remember. Okay. And there's one more deck. Okay. This is really cool. I'm gonna like shuffle them all up. And it kind of is filling me with a little bit of anxiety because they're like really perfectly organized. Ooh. But I have to just do as I'm guided. Okay. How do I shuffle this? Let's do it this way. What's the message? What's the guidance from this deck? The Mindful cards. Simple practices for everyday life. Ooh. There is no control. What have I been saying? Huzzah! There is no control. Much of the conflict we face in our day-to-day lives is related to our desire to always be in control. What would it be like to relax our need to be in charge of what happens to us and other people? The world continues doing what it does whether we get involved or not. Consider your own body. So much just happens without you doing anything at all. Your heart pumps, your digestive system digests, and your mind remembers to come back to the present when it has become distracted. It's going to be impossible to see. There is no control. I mean, that really affirms what I've been saying this entire time. So, like I've been saying, you don't have control over this person. You don't have control over the outcome of the situation. You don't have control over their evolution, and you don't want that control. You don't want to be responsible for someone else's karmic journey. You don't want to be responsible for someone else's spiritual progress. You don't want to be responsible for someone else's soul. Okay? You're just not responsible for this person's anything. And so you have to follow your own heart. You have to follow what you're being guided towards. You have to follow what's calling you, because there's something calling you. There's something calling you. Monday, the 4th of January, what is calling you? And what feels like an obligation? This person's going to feel like an obligation. I can tell you that right now. They're going to feel like, oh, I have to listen to them. Whatever it is, complain about the TV show, complain about politics, complain about food, whatever it is. Whatever it is. I'm going to leave that right there, you guys. I love you so much. I missed you guys so much on vacation. I had a fantastic vacation. I did miss you though. So, yeah, this is going to be so much that I'm going to be doing with all of this. So, if you'd like to join me for the ride, you guys, if you're a golden oldie and if you've been with me that long, like the last year and a half, almost 2 years now, you've seen like 4 or 5 different locations. So, let's enjoy this one. I'll be here as long as I'm absolutely meant to be. And, I hope it's, I can't even hope for anything. I'm just that surrendered to the universe and to the cosmos. But I'm excited for what I'm going to be doing here. A lot of psychic experiments, a lot of parties on Patreon and YouTube. I'm just really excited. So I love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye, lovies. Mwah.